안녕하세요. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the course. I am Marina and today we are going to study lesson number 7. Lesson number 7 is kind of divided in two parts. The first part is about 받침. 받침 is the final consonant in a syllable. The second part is about the Korean rules. So when you read Korean, you probably discovered already that it changes a little bit while you read it. So we are going to understand why and how these changes happen. Okay, let's go on with first part. 받침 is the final consonant. Final consonant is read usually differently than the initial consonant, right? We said we have two pronunciations, so now we group them together because they have the same reading. These three here, they have read the same. Gu, gu. These three guys here, they are read the same. Bu, bu. And these, all of these here, they are read as du, du. Also, we have real, which is read as le, le. And this one, which has the French ng. It sounds like ng, like ng, but it's not really ng exactly, it's ng. Okay, also we do have some sort of double consonants in final position that is a little bit, they are a little bit different. But we have that at the second page. So in the book page 7.3, we have these letters. You do have to understand that they exist in Korean language. I'm not going to force you to memorize that, but it's good to practice at least reading them once. Okay, so this is, let's say, for later, but please come back and read them from time to time to understand them. When we meet them in our course, I'm going to read them correctly, so hopefully you can memorize that in the process. Now, let's go on with the pronunciations. Now, I've got my notebook that I'm from where I'm teaching myself to Romanian students, and I have them explained in colors easily for you. Also, you have a paper for like a reference in the workbook that you can definitely look through it, print it, and see in visual, let's say, visualize it and see how they change. Now, the first rule is when we have final consonant and after that we have vowel sound, the final consonant moves into the vowel sound. 낮에, 낮에. And then 졸업, 졸업. 한국어, 한국어. And then, sorry, okay, let's see. Okay, 일본어, 일본어. Okay. Also, we have in here 최근, 최근. And then, let's see. Okay. Sorry, 물은, 물은. And then when we have double, which are the same, we move together. Okay, 있어, 있어. And 바퀴, 바퀴. Okay. So that's the first one. When we do have ng at the end, like ng sound, we do not move them. So we have 영어, 영어, and 한강에, 한강에. Okay, of course you do have other practice, so you can take a look on the reading as well. But just so you understand basically what it's about. For the next one is when we have double consonants, the ones that are double differently, we do move only the second one. Let's see. For example, 없어요, 없어요. And then 읽어요, 읽어요. And so on. As you can see in here, they do change, but they only move one of the vowel, the consonants, sorry. And the first one stays there. Okay. Also, when we have hu in final consonant, and after that we have vowel sound, hu is almost silent, so we don't read that. Let's take a look. Okay. 좋아요, 좋아요. 괜찮아. So you can see it goes first into this form, and because of nu and I, the first rule, we move them in this way. So 괜찮아, 괜찮아. And this one is silent, so we move in once, and then the second one, 싫어서, 싫어서. 많이, 많이, and so on. And then we have n plus hu, hut, and these this kind of changes. They make hyut a little bit silent, close to silent, but some words they still have it. So I think it depends on people how they read it. I kind of have a personal way of choosing them. So in the book, as far as I remember, I kind of underlined the words that I would say. So if you look in there, we would have 은행, but also 은행 is as well, like possible, and 전화, and 전화 more natural, 번호, and 번호 as well. Also, when we have 공항, which is the airport, 공항, that's just 공항, and 결혼. Yeah. Of course, they can be read in both types, but I would say to kind of take a look on how Koreans say them in dramas or in real situation and steal it from there. Okay, we also have another rule when we have to in final and do plus e and he and move into chu and ju. Let's see. I'm just going to read a few words, so it's important just to know that it changes. So 해돋이, 같이, and then 다치다. And we do have some other examples in here. You don't have to memorize that, but it's important. 같이 is together, so we are going to study it in beginner class. Okay, and then we do have some sort of rule when we make, if we have, the double consonants that are like getting doubled, like g, d, p, right? They also have g, d, b. So those ones in combination with hyut, they do change into h, k, t, p. And we do have that one explained in here. In your book, it's going to be somewhere in lesson, let me say. Lesson. I have no idea exactly. Maybe, it's somewhere in the last lessons, I would say. But anyway, you don't have to memorize everything, just look at the lesson and try to figure it out from here. So we have 축하하다, 못해요, and then 넣다, and then 법학, 그렇지, and 끊기다. As you can see in these examples, it's easier if you just kind of take the examples and look at them as, that's how it is read. You don't have to memorize everything, actually. And we do have another rule about, let's say, about how changes are made. I don't want you to think too much about them as rules, but I want to figure it out a way to make you memorize that. So let me write this down. We do have some changes. So the most important one in from the final rules is only about this one. So when we have final g, m plus ryul is read as n. For example, 대학로, 정류장, 심리. As you can see, it's easier to pronounce them if they are read a little bit differently. And we do have another rule that we have to memorize, and I think I'm going to stop there before you kind of run away and you're going to hate me. Of course, you can take a look on all the rules and read them loud and listen to my husband how he's reading them. But of course, it's important only to focus on a few of them in order to not stress too much about that. I'm going to explain you in this example why people say 감사합니다. Okay? So actually the rule is when it's biup in final and nyun after that, it's read as M. It's written as 감사합니다, but read as 감사합니다. So this is how it's easily to kind of memorize and read Korean. Of course, there are many rules and you might be scared about that, but if you take a look on the examples and you make a list of them and how to read them correctly, then I think it's easier for you to understand them. And then when you see people reading them differently, at least you should know, oh, it's one of the rules that I studied at the class, right? When I was in beginner class, nobody really taught me about these rules, and I started reading them really badly. So my pronunciation really sucked for a long time. But now that I studied phonetics in university, I realized how important it is to read correctly so people understand us, right? I hope you understand this lesson, and I hope it's not too stressful. Don't worry, the next lessons are going to be a little bit easier for you, and it's going to be funnier to kind of practice. So I hope you don't run away and stay with me until the end of this course. See you at the next lesson. Bye. 안녕히 계세요.